All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Wednesday, March 6, 2024. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Well, going pretty well. Decent night last night, 5-3.
So you must have had a better night than I did.
Oh, shit.
I'm in the middle of one of my worst stretches on picks in over a year and a half.
You did great last year, and you just almost the opposite so far this year.
I went 3-5 yesterday.
How'd you do in hockey?
Hockey, I was 1-2, 1-2 in the NBA, and 1-1 in college basketball.
Yep.
I had the Pacers, right?
Yep, you did. I went 1-1 in the NBA, 2-1 in college, and 2-1 in NHL. Ball State, another win.
They tried to blow that game.
Did they?
I listened to that game last night. They were up by, get this, they were up by like 13-14 a lot of that game. They let the team came back a little bit. I go in to a store. They're up by 9. Ball State's up by 9. I come back. I'm in the store for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. I'm going to say 5 to 7 minutes. I come out. Get back in the car. Ball State's down by 2. And they came back and ended up winning that game. They needed. I'm not sure if they needed Bowling Green to get beat last night. If Bowling Green got beat, and then they beat Bowling Green on Friday, they get into the MAC tournament. I haven't checked to see if Bowling Green lost last night or not.
I'll check in a minute. I picked the Toledo game. Toledo was -2 against Miami of Ohio. Toledo beat Miami of Ohio 97-63. Son of a. You said Bowling Green?
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Glenn? Glenn won a contest. His name's going to be on a car this weekend in Phoenix
Bowling
for
Green.
the ARC race.
Bowling Green won.
They won?
Yep.
Okay, so now I think even if Ball State beats them, I think Ball State will still be out of the conference tournament. The way I was understanding them, the way they were talking last night on the radio. Yeah, I had a good feeling about the Pacers last night. But like I was telling my cousin, and I was talking to him the other night, and I told Dad the same thing we talked about yesterday. Pacers play up to their competition, and then they play down to their competition. We play good against the teams that with good records, but then we get against teams that we should beat, we struggle against. So they got figured out. They still got to figure their defense out, but they shot the ball a lot better last night than they did the other night. That was the other thing. I knew they wasn't going to shoot no 6 for 35 from 3-point range again. And they shot like 45% from 3-point range last night. I think they were at in the third quarter they were at 45%. I knew they were up by like 17 going into the fourth, and I quit paying attention to it. And I was just hoping I wasn't going to find out they blew a big lead. They ended up winning by 17. Yeah, I've watched the market before.
I don't think I have. Lynn, I've been trying. I've watched most of that last NASCAR race and about half the other ones. I'm trying to get into it.
I like watching it, but it's, for me, I got to almost wait till it gets to about stage 3.
I gotta find me a driver.
Once it gets to stage 3, I get more. You know, I get more into it. Yeah, Hunt Star 05, you're right. He came back earlier than what he should have because he's trying to, because it's going to cost him, like you're saying, $30 million if he don't play at least 65 games. It could cost him up to $30 million on his contract. So
yeah, that sucks.
He played. He looked better last night than he did the night before, but yeah, he still hasn't been the same since he's tried to come back. Yeah, I don't watch that F1. I like the IndyCar. I watch some of the IndyCar, but I'm not really in the F1.
Come off as a Larson fan. Why is that? Does Larson suck or something and he can give me hell? I don't know. I don't know that many drivers.
Larson won.
Okay, I knew much. I knew Gordon. 15. I followed a little bit. A lot of guys.
Yeah, Larson's he's a good young driver, but he got caught up in some controversy for some racial comments he made on playing iRacing.
From 2000, 2008, I followed it a little bit more. Knew some of I knew Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, some of those drivers. I haven't really followed it much at all in quite a while.
Elliott's been the one I've been rooting for the last couple of years. When I do watch, like I said, I really like watching it when it gets into the third stage. That's because it's fun to watch toward the end of the race. But sometimes it's just hard to watch for like 3.5 hours.
Is there a driver out there that you kind of like at all?
Elliott,
and that's
who Glenn likes too. But that's who
you guys just trying to piss off.
Dave. I watched him. But actually, I was an Elliott fan. Like I said, I don't watch all the races, but he was one I always rooted for. I did before I met Glenn or Dave.
And
that's who
Dave's a
Bush
fan.
But yeah, Elliott. I used to always I'd always root for Earnhardt Jr. when he was racing. But when I was growing up, Earnhardt was I mean,
he was big.
Him and then Gordon.
Gordon was big. Everybody hated Gordon. At least people I worked with all hated Gordon. Bad. And I knew somebody real well.
Tony Smalls. He's a big Gordon guy. He has all kinds of Gordon stuff.
The guy was a big, Lisa's husband, big Mark Martin. He was a big Mark Martin fan, big huge Mark Martin fan.
Yeah, we used to give him shit about it.
Oh yeah, we did. And it wasn't that we had anything against Mark Martin. It was just we like to give him shit.
Yeah, Elliott took over for Gordon when he retired. Yeah, a good buddy of mine, Glenn. He's a big Gordon fan. He has big Jeff Gordon hood and all kinds of cars, all kinds of stuff. All right, NBA night. See if we can get off to a better start. I went 3 3-5 last night. That puts me at 158 and 168 in the year. Worst mark I've had over a year and a half.
Oh yeah, I went 5-3. I'm 173 and 125.
Hey, how's it going, Dave?
We was just talking about you, Dave. All good. Everything we said was good. Don't even, Glenn was saying some bad stuff, but other than that.
But tonight I'm gonna go with the Orlando Magic at the -7 on the road. At the Washington Wizards. Wizards are just a bad team. Magic have been up and down, but I like the Magic at the -7 tonight.
Hold on one second, Chris. Since got Glenn and Dave on there, I'm trying to get into NASCAR. Tell me a good Dave and Glenn. Tell me a good young driver that I should support to be my guy. I don't want to take somebody that's superstar. I'm not in NASCAR, but you guys give me a good young driver that I can root for and watch. Somebody that's up and coming. Somebody that's worth watching, but not necessarily the top guy.
You got Chase Briscoe. He's from Indiana.
Oh, is he? Well, maybe I'll be a Briscoe guy. See what them guys.
Hey, how's it going, Billy?
Hey, Billy.
David said Tyler Reddick. He drives for Michael Jordan. Glenn says Byron or Chastain. They're both good young drivers as well.
I'm gonna go Indiana guy. I think I'll give
Yeah,
Briscoe a
he's
try.
from Mitchell, Indiana. I couldn't remember exactly what city, but I knew he's from Indiana.
Okay, I'm claiming it now. I'm a Briscoe guy. I'm a Chase Briscoe.
Chris Smith that used to wrestle. Yeah. His wife is, if I remember correctly, is Chase's cousin.
Okay. Well, and there's a race this weekend, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's in Arizona, if I remember correctly.
I'm gonna try to watch it. I'm trying to get into it, guys.
Yeah, he was Tony Stewart's replacement.
Okay, I'm a Chase Briscoe guy. I'm claiming it now.
Yeah, I remember I watched Briscoe some before he got up into the main series. Because like I said, my buddy I wrestled with, his wife is related to him.
Phoenix at 3:30. Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday. It'd be the big race.
Okay.
There probably is a race on Saturday as well, the other series, and then Friday I think it's usually the trucks.
I don't think I have anything Sunday. So.
Okay, NBA night, Orlando -7, and then I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Cavaliers at the +2.5 on the road at the Atlanta Hawks. The Cavs had a big comeback last night. And that's the only thing that does scare me because they had that big comeback last night. But I'm looking for them to do carry the momentum against the Hawks at the +2.5 with the Cavs. Hunt Star says they got ads and billboards everywhere for the Phoenix race. People are excited here for it. I thought it was in Arizona this week. I couldn't remember for sure. No truck on Friday. I think ARCA Friday. Saturday's so there's a race Saturday and Sunday. Saturday's the cup below.
Yes.
Yeah, they were down 22 and came back and won that game. Yeah, it was crazy last night. I was just hoping the Pacers wouldn't go blow their big lead going into the fourth, but Pacers played real well in that second half last night. Trucks are back in 2 weeks at Bristol. Billy said that's a great pick. The kid is young and he's got talent. And then my last pick in the NBA, I'm going with the Utah Jazz at the +4 at home against the Chicago Bulls. So I'm going with 2 underdogs in the NBA tonight, and then also the Magic at the -7.
I didn't do any NBA. I said F the NBA again.
I need to do something, man.
I went with 4 college and 3 NHL tonight.
I went with 3 college games. First one I'm going with is Houston at the -8.5 on the road at Central Florida. Houston's #1 ranked team in the country right now. And I just think they're going to be way too. I think they're going to be too much for UCF. So I'm going Houston at the -8.5. Then we'll take number 2 UConn at the -5.5 on the road at number 8 Marquette. UConn's a -250 favorite. Over unders at 160.5. I like UConn to -5.5. And then my last college game is going to be Iowa State, number 6 Iowa State at home at the -7.5 against BYU. Iowa State's a pretty big favorite on the money line at -295. So I like Iowa State at the -7.5. So that's going to be my 3 college basketball picks.
Okay.
And Glenn, yeah, I do need baseball back.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. And also, Billy Buzz, I wear a size medium. I was asking what size shirt I wear. I wear a size medium. My college basketball picks for tonight. I got Villanova plus 1.5 at Seton Hall. Was you surprised with Villanova getting the points there?
Yeah, I was.
I was too. And then I got George Mason -3 on the road at Rhode Island. I've got Tennessee on the road -5.5 at South Carolina, and I got Houston -8.5 on the road against UCF. So that's my college picks for tonight. Yeah, I think you did better with baseball, but you did real good on NBA last year too. You did pretty good on everything, and it's been the opposite.
Struggling so far. I don't know why. That's what sucks. Ain't nothing changed about how I do it.
Well, hockey's been really tough, and the NBA's been next to impossible, I think. You gonna find me a Chase Briscoe? All right, yeah, I'll wear it.
Hockey, I'm going Maple Leafs money line at home. There's only 3 games in hockey tonight, so I just went with I gave a pick for all 3.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm gonna go with the Avalanche on the money line at home. I'm gonna go with the Senators on the money line on the road.
Yeah, I went with Buffalo at Toronto. I took Toronto money line. Detroit at Colorado. I took Colorado money line. And I had Ottawa at Anaheim, and I took Anaheim money line. I went the opposite.
All right, that's all the picks I had for today. Do you have anything else?
I was going to ask you if you was going to. I asked you about a month ago. Right now, if you had to take a college basketball team to win it all, who would you take?
I'm still gonna go with UConn. But Houston's tough.
Yeah,
too.
I think I think I'm gonna go with Houston. No faith in Purdue.
No,
They joke every year, don't they?
they get number 1 or number 2 seed every year, and then boom, they.
Do you think they make it? Okay, let me ask you this: do they make it to the 16 this year? Does Purdue make it to the final 16, or are they going to choke it before then?
They're probably going to choke before then. Yeah, Hunt Star, you're right. That was crazy. When you had Boston losing to Cleveland with that insane comeback, and then the Nuggets losing to the Suns in overtime.
Is IU even have a chance to make the tournament?
I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't really. I'll be honest with you. I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to them the last few weeks. I'd have to look and see what the record is. They might have a chance to get in, but even if they get in, they're not going to. They're not going to go very far. Glenn said NIT maybe. If they do get in the NCAA, they'll get killed. They can't score consistently. They have too many letdowns where they're.
Yeah, Billy Buzz, I got a Facebook.
They have too many periods where they have 4 or 5 minutes without scoring. IU does. That's what kills them. You can go 3, 4, 5 minutes stretching in a game and not score any points.
I'm gonna put Glenn on the spot. IU women, how far can they make it this year?
I think they can make. I'm gonna say Elite 8, maybe Final 4, depending on what the bracket comes out as well. Glenn says Elite Eight.
Who's the number one team? I was like 3.
South Carolina, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. I seen where that game the other day. The Iowa game was uh, like got like almost like 4 million people watched it. Did really well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Clark coming to Indiana for the Fever is going to help the Fever a bunch. Think about all that building's going to be packed. People are going to come to watch.
Yeah, and she signed a big deal with what's the name of the arena for Pacers now?
Gainbridge.
She signed a big deal with Gainbridge. Bunch of money.
Well, the hell she needed to. Did you see what she makes? What she'll make off her rookie deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make next year. Being a rookie, $80,000.
Okay, let me ask you this. I seen somebody post something.
But I also understand. I mean, with the way you can't pay the women what the men make right now because of the business side of it. They're not drawing the fans, the TV ratings, and all that. Now, if I think she's going to help with a lot of that, hopefully that'll help with women getting paid more if more people start watching it. But I mean, until more people start watching it, it's hard for the WNBA to.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody posted that the NBA needs to help out them so they can pay more money. Do you believe that? Do you think the NBA should step up and give the WNBA more money to pay their players? Is it their place to do that?
No, I mean, not really. I don't think it really is. Huh. He said they're talking about having her drive or being the pace car driver for the Indy race. I think people will watch more WNBA next season with her playing, and hopefully it'll keep it growing, and then the women will get started or start getting paid more. I think that's the only way it's going to happen. I don't think the NBA is supposed to. I don't think it's they need to necessarily. Now, if they want to do that, I mean, that would be great and everything, but I don't think they're responsible or obligated to do it. Main thing is if the WNBA is going to grow, more women have to start watching it. And if more women start watching it, then more men will start watching it as well because hell, now a guy that likes sports, his wife would be like, "Hey, you want to go to a game?" And they'll go to games if you know what I mean. It's weird. Watch it more.
I think. Well, you've said this. I think women's college basketball is definitely on the uprise. It's women's college basketball is doing pretty well. Why isn't it going to? Why isn't?
I don't know why it's not translating to the WNBA. Like more people watched the WNBA or not WNBA watched the women's college national championship game last year than they did the men's.
Okay, and that's fantastic. But why? It's weird. Do you think it's marketing? Do you think they market the WNBA well enough? I think the NBA does a pretty good job of marketing. NFL does an incredible job. I think baseball does a piss poor job.
I think their WNBA's been doing better at marketing. I agree with what Star 05 is saying here that WNBA is definitely getting more eyes on it. Exciting players like Clark is the first step to bringing people, but then people will stay because there is a lot of talent. I mean, there is a lot of talent in the WNBA. So I think, if you get people, you get eyes on it, I think people will keep watching it because it's not a bad product.
And he says that the Suns are doing their part. Let me ask Glenn. Glenn, do you think the Pacers do their part for their WNBA team, for the Fever?
Well, does the same guy that owns the Pacers does he own the Fever? I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I have no idea.
Because I know, like in Phoenix, that the guy that owns the Suns owns the WNBA team as well. But no, what he's doing there is awesome. He's building a whole big state up. He's spending a bunch of money building all new facilities and everything just for the Mercury.
I just wonder. I wonder if he thinks that if Glenn thinks that they promote pretty well.
Okay, yeah,
in
he,
helping.
he said the Simons owned the Fever as well.
Okay.
I thought they did, but I couldn't remember for sure. And I know the Fever are they're building a. If I remember right, they're building a facility for the Fever, aren't they?
I'm not sure. Is
I'm
that
pretty
part?
sure.
Is that the same one for the hockey?
Because I think they're doing one. I thought it was going to be for like the Fever and then also for the Mad Ants.
Okay. Yeah, I know the hockey team's getting one. I don't know if that's all the same or not. Glenn might know. We'll do, Billy Buzz.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're doing. Okay, they built and redid the locker rooms. All right.
So that must be the Mad Ants and the hockey maybe going in and Fishers.
Yeah, maybe that's what that is. For some reason, I thought, but the hell with Clark coming and the way she's been selling out arenas, they'd have to probably need Green Bridge now.
Maybe.
All right, you got anything else? Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to go to at least one Fever game this season.
Yep. Oh well, I did want to ask Glenn a question real quick. Glenn, what happened to your Richmond Red Devils? What the hell you letting the Central Bearcats upset you? What the hell? And I know I live in Muncie, but I ain't no damn Bearcat fan. I'm a rebel, even though we're dead. But what the hell is going on with your Red Devils, man? I thought they was pretty good record. I think this year the Red Devils had.
They won 23 games.
What the hell? You can win 24?
But I think Central had played them decent in the regular season.
He said he was winning the same damn thing.
Yeah, they were ranked 12th in 4A.
Well, I guess there was 3 ranked teams there at that regional, and I think Greenfield Central.
Yeah, Greenfield Central who beat Central the next game. I think they had won like 23-0 or something.
Yeah, so and that's weird because when's the last time Greenfield Central been good?
That score was 10-4 after the first quarter. 10-4 after the first quarter.
10-4, good buddy.
Because the guy on the radio said, he gave an update because they were covering the Delta game on the radio live, but gave an update about Central, and he said, "Well, this is the kind of game Central needs is a low scoring game if they're gonna have a chance to win this." And they weren't able to.
Well, we got a real good player playing around here, Wapahani Andrews, who broke that scoring record, Delaware County scoring record. And that was been good for 40, 50, 60 years. Ron Bonham.
Yeah, Ron Bonham.
Yeah, he played for the Celtics. Broke that record. And Isaac Andrews. It'll be interesting to see what college he might end up going to. He's had a hell of a career. And we got Delta Eagles, got a pretty good team this year. They're both playing into the regionals. I would say Delta's a heavy favorite to win their regional game. Wapahani, they got a real tough game. I think you got like the 2 and 3 ranked teams in the state, I think, playing each other.
I know the first half of one of the Delta sectional games, the Fernie brothers took over.
Yeah, that's what you said. Are you getting excited for the new what is it called now? UFL? That's coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. See, I think it'll be good.
And I'm going to ask you. I forgot to ask you yesterday. What did you about that proposal for the kickoffs for the NFL? What did you think of that?
It was interesting. It's similar to what XFL does.
Yeah,
but
that's what I thought.
But there was some tweaks to it. They're trying to I do like the fact they're trying to get rid of all the so many touchbacks and trying to get more returns. I think it'll be interesting to see how it works. And then you can still do an onside kick in the fourth quarter, and it would go back to like the old. You'd line up like the other normal, but they're talking about starting to let them overload a side again instead of having to be balanced as well. To maybe even try to make it where more onside kicks can get recovered. So I like the rule because I mean the way it's set up now, you might as well not even have a kickoff. You might as well just whoever wins the coin toss, if they say they're going to defer or whatever, put the ball on the 25-yard line and go on offense. It sucks because you're cutting out positions, but the way they got it set up right now, where it's a touchback every 96% of the time. Yeah, I mean it's just turned into a ceremonial play than more of like an impactful play in the game. I mean, hell, the Colts end up winning the Super Bowl that year, but no, kickoff gets returned for a damn touchdown to start the game.
We won that game, and I'm still pissed about that. And he ran that back.
I mean, you know what I mean? You don't see that anymore because everything's always a touchback.
He's all sitting there. What the are you doing?
Yeah, because right now the kickoff is just a ceremonial play. Very rarely is there any ever a return. But all right, appreciate everybody joining us today. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room as well. If you missed Gonzo's Wrestling Room on Monday, go check it out on our YouTube page as well. We appreciate everybody watching. We'll be back tomorrow right around 3 o'clock with another episode of Easy Money.